Good morning, it's Cassie from Fade In Fade Out LLC. It is time for a morning tarot reading. I'm going to start out here with the Spirit Animal Oracle cards. We're going to see what comes out for Spirit Animal or animals today. And then we will move along into the tarot reading. And then at the end, if needed for some more clarification, we will pull some Enchanted Map Oracle cards. All right. Ooh, the whale. Yesterday I had the dolphin, so this is kind of cool. It says, tenderness, show compassion and forgive what needs to be forgiven. All right. So, I mentioned yesterday, and I'm going to mention again today, I've been actually going into some shamanic journeys to meet these spirit animals that have been coming up through these cards, and it's been a real wild adventure. Very cool, though. I've been getting some really interesting imagery and information by doing that. So yesterday I had the dolphin, and I went to go see the dolphin. Of course, he was in the ocean. I got the name Nigel. I didn't find any significance behind that, but I didn't do a ton of digging on it. But he took me to a sunken ship in the ocean, and there was a golden treasure box in the sunken ship, and when I opened it, a key was revealed. And I had seen in my inner temple the day before a new gateway that kind of looked like a dungeon gate. And so this key, it had a padlock on it. And so I assumed this key was for unlocking the padlock on this gate. And it turned out that it was. But anyways, after grabbing the key, I put it around my neck, and this like lighted explosion happened, and like the entire ocean shook. And then Nigel came and saved me and took me back to the surface of the ocean, and a lot more happened other than that, but it was a pretty wild ride. Just that in itself was pretty crazy. So anyways, the ocean was definitely an interesting place to go to, so I'll have to try that again. All right, let's see what comes out today. I do do readings in my shop only. I will do those for free. So if you're interested in learning about tarot, that would be a great opportunity to do so. Excuse me. I heard some people talking the other day about their allergies kicking their ass, and I was like, I'm fine. And then all of a sudden I wasn't, so. All right. Oh boy. All right. So we start out the reading with the whale energy. It says, show compassion and forgive what needs to be forgiven. And then immediately following that is the Queen of Swords, which is a very cutthroat female energy. Somebody who's willing to cut ties whenever she needs to, if she feels she needs to. Very connected to the truth and communicating the truth. She's very comfortable with her viewpoint, and she feels she is right, or she knows that she's right. Her intuition is spot on at this time, and she has the ability to be very cutthroat, and she's not afraid to cut ties if needed. That's the energy that's coming through with her today. Right underneath the whale card that says show compassion and forgiveness. So kind of an interesting contrast there. Then in the next row, we've got the Ace of Wands and the Empress in reverse. So we've got a very creative potential beginning here. And then we've got somebody who is kind of out of touch with themselves. The Empress is like divine energy, and she creates a spark within her of creativity that creates bounty in the world around her. So something it's almost like some sort of opportunity is going to spark something within her. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. This is all about passion and drive and will and desire. Something here is definitely ready to happen, about to happen, or has just begun. Some sort of exciting new will and desire to change things. And I think what this is saying is that this potential opportunity here is going to awaken the desire within this Empress energy to truly create change in her life and in the world around her. Then we move down into the Fool, the Eight of Wands, and then the King of Wands in reverse. Somebody here is really ready to take the leap of faith and do something differently. And when it is that they choose to do this, it is like wildfire. It spreads like crazy. It's infectious. The energy of wanting to try something new and being lit up by a new desire is very infectious, and it spreads to everything and everyone around them like wildfire. This is somebody else who's out of touch with their inner drive, their inner will, their inner desire, or appearing as though they're out of touch with it. There's some sort of connectedness here that with something, with someone outside of the self that has this potential to be very fiery and very, very reactive and very full of energy and alive, and like I said, infectious. For some reason the word infectious is coming through. Somebody here is really kind of floating along and ready to do something new, but there's like a conflicting energy here of kind of holding the self back from taking action, feeling out of touch with their inner spark, their inner goddess, their inner divine. And this person here, this is a masculine energy that in the upright position would generally be a very strong, passionate, driven male energy, but he's currently holding himself back a little bit and being a little bit more reserved about his energy that he's expending. But there is this potential there's an awful lot of potential here for an awful lot of fire and like wildfire, infectious energy of passion, will, desire, creative potential. The potential is here. All right. This Seven of Swords, I've been seeing this an awful lot. And I keep getting the initial message of someone is stowing away with something. Someone is either reserving something for themselves and not sharing it with others, or they are taking things from someone else and again being reserved about it. Very a little bit concerning the way that I keep seeing it, because I'm not quite sure what it's saying, other than somebody's being very kind of reserved and maybe almost tricky with their thoughts, ideas, and communication. It's almost like somebody is taking somebody else's ideas, or keeping ideas to themselves, like just not being fully open and honest about things. And this could be why the Queen of Swords is at the top of the spread. Somebody who's really cutthroat. I feel like there's more than one energy coming through in this spread today, because there's an awful lot of, we've got the Queen of Swords, we've got the Empress, we've got the King of Wands, we've got the Fool, and then we've got this, and now we've got the Page of Wands in reverse. Somebody's afraid, fearful. Then we've got the World in reverse, and we've got the Seven of Cups in reverse. So this row is saying, first of all, that somebody's afraid to take action on something new, to take a new action, to try something new. Somebody's afraid to try something new. Somebody has not found what it is they are looking for emotionally. It's like this kind of endless search of where am I going to be able to fill my cup at? Oh, this one's empty. I'm just going to look for the next one. It's kind of like this exhaustive process of continually looking to the outside world for connectedness. And because that's not being found in this set of cards, there's no indication that inner fulfillment, that inner flame, that inner desire that's showing up earlier in the spread is not being found. Somebody is feeling the need to like stow away with or keep things to themselves and be very almost dishonest with themselves and other people, keeping things hidden away, keeping this inner battle kind of on lockdown. Like, this is a pretty serious like lack of connectedness, searching for emotional fulfillment, feeling fearful to start something new, feeling the need to keep ideas and communications kind of on lockdown and reserved to themselves. So, well, let me just move down into these ones before I try to bring the message together. So at the bottom here, we had two additional cards pop out. We've got the Three of Wands and the High Priestess, both in reverse. Somebody is lacking a clear vision at this time. Somebody is lacking a clear vision at this time. It's like kind of a cloudy vision. And I feel like there's something here about, so I read for myself, and my energy is definitely coming through here, but I'm also picking up on somebody else's energy coming through here, and I'm going to be really honest, I'm not quite sure who. But somebody here has kind of a lack of focus, a lack of will, a lack of drive. Somebody feels very disconnected and keeping things to themselves. There's a potential here to take to take new action, to start something really new and really really exciting, and to really get it going. There's an awful lot of fiery passion action here. At the top of the spread, we've got the Queen of Swords, who's very truthful and honest with herself, and like it's funny because we've got so many conflicting energies here. But what I'm getting the most from this is, first of all, the outer search for emotional fulfillment is exhausting and it doesn't get you anywhere. It can be a very painful process, especially if you choose to react in this way where you're stowing away with your ideas and communication and being very reserved, and keeping things to yourself, or taking things and keeping them to yourself. Somebody here is not being fully open and honest with themselves or with somebody else. So there's this very kind of closed off energy, this fearful energy, this search for connectedness energy. But then there's also this potential to be very intuitive and open to new things. We've got the Fool, we've got the Eight of Wands, we've got the Ace of Wands, we've got the Queen of Swords. So there's two very conflicting energies. It's like passion and will and desire can be awakened. And I think the key card here is the one right at the top, which is the Queen of Swords. Somebody who's very instinctual, very, very logical, very communicative, very truthful, very honest with herself and with everyone around her, not getting distracted by outer circumstances that may or may not lead somebody in a certain way, and not allowing outside circumstances to waver what she knows within her heart and her soul is true for her. That's the key card here. Being the Queen of Swords is the key card here to really create action and passion and desire, and to keep things moving in a constructive manner, instead of kind of closing oneself off from the flow. So that is what I've got for the tarot cards. Then we've got the Whale. We're going to read what the Whale has to say. Not trusting. Yeah, somebody's distrustful. I think that's it. Just came through because the Whale's about forgiveness, and somebody here is keeping to themselves, feeling reserved, not trusting, being distrustful. The Whale comes with a joint message of tenderness and protection. She has a great affection for you and your life journey. She wishes for you to work together with others and send healing energy to the waters. Send your light to the oceans and rivers, for they need you now. The Whale holds us all in so much love, even as we mindlessly pollute her waters. She shows us mercy and compassion and trusts that we will learn and grow. We can learn from her tenderness and forgiveness. Hold close those you love, whose energy lifts you up, and clear the way for new energies aligned with your own. Cut cords with those who you feel are draining you. Imagine them in front of you, attached by a cord. Take some golden scissors and cut the cord in pieces that you then sweep into a transmuting purple flame bonfire. State clearly that this is your space, and draw an energetic circle around yourself on the ground. Wow. Yeah, very, very interesting, that cutthroat energy. But it's a form of protection. It's a way to protect that fiery flame within that ignites, that causes the desire for will. So somebody here is caught up with somebody else's energy, I think, is what's happening here. Once again, only messages for the highest good are welcome in this time and space. Any additional messages that need to come through in this time and space for the highest good are welcome. Only messages for the highest good are welcome in this time and space. And as always, I thank you for your continued guidance, presence, and support in my life. We got the card of movement, which is cool considering we have the Eight of Wands and the Ace of Wands and the Fool. All right. You are in a time of positive forward momentum. This is the time for a positive forward momentum as you come out of a period of restriction. You are in a stage of new adventure and discovery. You may feel compelled to take a trip, change your hair, or move your home or business. Regardless, you can't remain where you are anymore. You feel compelled to go forward. No matter what your inquiry, you will see your dreams take form and doors previously shut begin to open as if by magic. Movement is also a state of mind. The fog lifts, and you know the actions you need to take. This isn't the time for fear. Let it go and move forward. Let it go and move forward. Yeah, absolutely. Super cool message today. I found it very relevant for myself. I've been feeling over the past year now, I think, very, very distrusting of others, very fearful, definitely kind of always looking for this kind of truth and connection with other people because I struggled with some relationships over the past year. And that really caused me to kind of clam up and become closed off and like very fearful of taking action, afraid to connect with other people, kind of always feeling like I don't quite trust you, I don't quite know what to do. And like I've been really working on this over the past couple months and I'm trying to really be more open to receiving, especially receiving and giving in terms of relationships with other people. In terms of being more open and honest with myself, and then also being more open and honest with other people, and becoming more clear about what it is that I'm looking for from relationships, from my life, so that I can better create that reality for myself instead of being kind of stuck in this kind of hold up, almost angry bubble that I was in. I'm starting to move away from that now, and it's been great. So anyways, I hope those messages helped you as well. Let me know what you think in the comment boxes below. You can find all my information in the description box. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next time.